And hello, Facebook. We're back again tonight for live stream number 2, day 2, topic 2 of Conquering the Inner Storm. I'm LaDawn Elliott,
And I'm Nicole Bradley.
and we are so excited to be back tonight. We had such good engagement last night. The conversation was amazing,
Yes.
and it was a great way to kick us off. So we kind of laid the foundation as to how the next 11 days, the remaining 11 days will go. So we won't get to all the components, or we won't go back through them again like we did last night. We just kind of broke down each of the components in the book and then went through topic number 1. And then to close us out, we had Lindsay Robinson come on and share with us her
Yes.
experience with the journal, and
Yes.
it was powerful.
It
She
was
was
awesome.
amazing. So even if you're not a person that journals, even if you're not a person that don't believe that, you have anything to say, or you can get your thoughts out on paper, she certainly confirmed for me
Hmm.
that even the most resistant journaler, or the person, not that she was, but the person that feels like they might not be able. She said something so profound last night. She was like, it was tough to write some things down, because some things you just don't want to admit to yourself, some things you just don't want to say, but once you open the floodgates, it kind of comes out. So I'm so grateful and thankful for her showing up and sharing with us and being vulnerable with us last night. And of course, Nicole and I have just committed to, if we're gonna do this process, we're gonna do it. So we've
We
been
doing it.
vulnerable. We're doing it. We're doing it. So we talking about all the good laundry, the bad laundry, all the things. So it was just a very good show last night. So if you were not able to catch us live, perfectly okay. The show is on Nicole's Facebook page, Nicole
Yes.
Robinson, and it's also on my LaDawn Elliott Facebook page. So you can go back and look at it anytime. I encourage you to, so you can get some insight as to kind of what we're doing, the conversation that was had last night. I encourage you not only to look at it yourself, to share it with those that who you think it may be beneficial for, to like,
Hmm.
to leave comments. So even though you were not a part of the live conversation, that does not mean you can't leave comments. Because I go back and kind of, Nicole and I will go back and just check the comments out, see if we need to respond to anything.
Right.
Certainly do that. So last night topic was facing and overcoming personal challenges and setback. We're
Hmm.
jumping into number 2 tonight, lifestyle topic number 2, which is finding a sense of purpose and direction in life. So
Mm.
that's what so that's what we are tackling tonight. So before we jump into the topic, Nicole, is anything you want to kind of just share, or your thoughts from last night, or anything?
I am probably overwhelmed and blessed by how last night went. Not because I didn't think it was going to go well, but you know how sometimes things just go better than you could have ever framed it in your mind
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
go. And last night was the perfect way to kick off this 12 days. I'm excited about our next 11 days. We'll be
Yeah.
here 8
Yeah.
o'clock p.m. every night until that 12th day. So we're going to have several more dynamic speakers talking about their impact, with the impact of the journal on them. And I'm just excited. I'm just reinvigorated.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good word. Reinvigorated. Yeah,
Reinvigorated.
yeah, that's a really good word. I am as well. It went really well. So I wasn't shocked, but I was very pleased and appreciative of those who joined and shared. So, all right. Well,
Excellent.
I see Verna and Jackie are out there in
Let's
Facebook
go.
land. Thank you,
Woo,
thank you, thank
woo.
you. Go ahead and tap people that you know that probably should be tuning in as well. Just go ahead
Right.
and hit them up while you're looking at us, and tell them to tune in also. So without further ado, we'll just go ahead and jump into the topic. And again, this topic, let me break down. So each section has the topic and then the activities in each section. So once you read what the topic is, the first thing that you will come upon, the first activity is the one word. Nicole will be doing that with us tonight.
Yep.
And each section has 4 quotes and 4 questions. We'll each do a quote and question. And then after you do the quote and question, you have a closure letter to close out the chapter, to close out your feelings, whatever came up during the process of journaling and completing the activities, and then you have a love letter. So once you close everything out, a letter that you can compose to yourself to say how you're going to move forward, the promises that you're going to make to yourself, the things you're going to try to do moving forward. And we've also included additional resources. So it's a variety of them, whether it's more books that you can read about on the topic, YouTube videos, apps. We just kind of mixed it up. There are a number of resources. So however you need to receive information, we try to mix it up to make sure we address every learning style. So yeah. So you
Awesome.
ready? Let's see.
I'm ready.
Okay, so hey, Fajika. Hey,
Hey,
Ron. Glad to have you here with us tonight. Well, you see that. Hey, Mr. Terry, I love to see it. Thank you for joining in tonight. So we're going to jump on in.
Yep.
So topic 2, finding a sense of purpose and direction in life. So I'm going to read the excerpt from the topic, and then Nicole is going to pick out her one word, and I'm going to see how well you did on picking one word, because we've not been successful at that. So finding the purpose in your life can be a complex and personal process. It may involve reflecting on your values, interests, and passions, as well as considering what makes you feel fulfilled and satisfied. Some people find their purpose through a career or family, while others may find it through spirituality or personal growth. Ultimately, the purpose in your life is unique to you and may change over time. To begin your personal journey, consider setting goals and taking small steps toward discovering what brings meaning and joy to your life. So that was the excerpt from Finding a Sense of Purpose and Direction in Life. And as I said, Nicole is going to take us through the first exercise, which is the one word. So the goal is, from that paragraph, you're supposed to select one word that resonates with you.
Just one.
Just one. And then write something from that passage on that one word, your thoughts. We've not been successful. Even the people that we talk to get 2, 3, 4 words, but hey, do you? We just need to understand why it resonates with you. So, all right. Hey, Dot, thank you for joining. Okay, so go ahead. Which one word did you choose from the passage?
And before I share my one word, if anyone has any questions or anything, put them in the comments too. This is not just us. It's an interactive engagement. So I just want to say that. So my one word, it comes from the last sentence where it says, take small steps. So I got 3 words that mean one word, which mean taking small steps. Okay, so this is what I wrote. I said, believe it or not, taking small steps is very difficult for me. I know everyone talks about taking one baby step, then another baby step, then another baby step. Well, we mentioned my upbringing. By the way I was brought up, I was always taught to take large steps at one time. The larger the steps, the better. And every time you take a step, take a large step. So in my sense of finding purpose and direction, I've always believed that it would be something that would be large, global, galactic level purpose. So I'm working on configuring my mind to become more cautious on the preparations and the logistics that are needed. I know that taking small steps equates to patience, which I have zero patience.
Okay.
Like goose egg, like none. So I want to do everything there is to do and then launch it all at one time. And then it's going to go global, worldwide in my mind.
Okay.
But that's not how things work. Listening to learning to take a step back, do it now, and be patient and take small steps is how I get to my destination. And I have to learn that the small steps have the wisdom of lessons learned, the energy that I need to be on time and to remain whole at the end of that journey.
Yeah. Oh, that's really, really good. So I'm so glad you kind of tied it back to last night. One of the things we talked about, the way we are reared, the things you're taught from your family, your environment just shape who you are so completely. And so coming from a family, your family is, and we talk about it all the time, you guys are just excel. You're successful. You excel in everything you do. So if the foundation was to take large steps, is this difficult for you to process taking small steps? Because everybody has heard at one point in time of their life, in one form of fashion, you don't have to see the whole road. You just have to see the next step in front of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And being able to bite down a goal, chunk down a goal in sizable pieces that you can process and digest and move forward, it's the
Yeah.
easiest way. So is this difficult?
Yes. So I'm
Okay.
like one of those, you know, how you have the eating contest, but you got the folks eating like all the hot dogs at one time to get to the goal. Like that's me. I'm not trying to chew. I'm not trying to swallow. I'm not trying to enjoy the taste. I'm not trying to enjoy the moment. I'm like rushing to get it done. I want
Okay.
it finished. And I have learned literally, I would say in the past 5 years that, you know, I've told other people to take baby steps, and y'all gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Nicole just said this. But I'm like, because they're not me, like they're not taking large steps like I could take, because that's just, I'm weird like that. Like I'm wired different.
Yeah.
But honestly, taking the smaller steps has really helped me to develop patience. My husband, if he is on this line, will tell you patience is something I have zero of. And I'm telling you, having been married to this man for 8 years, he has definitely taught me that lesson.
Okay. Yeah.
Patience is the way to go. And it's the way not to tear yourself or break yourself completely down.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
So with
And I
taking
and I
those
do good at
gargantuan
breaking
steps,
myself down. Yeah.
yeah, I was
I do
going to
good at
say, is
breaking
that
myself
taxing?
down.
Yeah, is
Yes.
that, yeah. Okay, well, you answered. I was going to say, taking
Yeah.
those big steps, has that been very taxing? And
Absolutely.
have you found that taking those big steps, does it yield what you want at the end once you look back more often than not?
No. No,
Okay.
more often than not, it doesn't get me the perfection that I was looking for.
Okay. Okay. Well, I appreciate you being very honest in that, because your brain is a super brain. You know, you think so fast and so quick, and you're always processing, and you are a very big picture kind of person. And all the things that are floating, you're trying to grab all of them at one time, right?
Right.
So I appreciate you understanding that small steps or going through that process may be able to help you not stress yourself out so much, right?
Right.
Not necessarily just to have a better outcome, but just to have better mental and emotional health.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
Yeah.
people operate or have been operating away for so long that they don't know how to do anything else. So just being able to see that is pretty cool.
Yes. So I'm learning to appreciate the baby steps.
The baby steps.
Yeah.
Okay. So you took taking small steps as your
Mm-hmm.
one word
Uh-huh.
from the one word section. Okay. So that sentence is: to begin your personal journey, consider setting goals and taking small steps toward discovering what brings meaning and joy to your life. So that's what resonated with you. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to, hey Felicia, thank you for joining again. Some people are just tuning in. So I want to say
Yep.
thank you to Verna, Jackie, Ron, Fajika, Terry, Dot, and Felicia for joining. If any other people are out there that I can't see, just go ahead and let me know that you're watching, and I'll stop and make sure I give you a shout out.
Ron, my love, thank you for teaching me patience.
That's a big thing.
I'm shouting
It's
you out.
Patience is a big thing, and that's why they say patience is a virtue, because it's like common sense. Common sense ain't common, and patience ain't something that and I know I said ain't something that everybody has. It's not something that just is intrinsic. You have to learn it. You really have to learn
Right.
it. And yeah, so we'll go on to the quote and question. And as I said, each section comes with 4 quotes and 4 questions. So the quotes are there to just kind of, again, give you something to think about, and then it's followed up with a thought-provoking question to help you delve deeper into the topic. So I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
go with the quote and question I chose. The quote I chose for this section is: the 2 most important days in your life
Okay.
are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Mark Twain.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, and I've heard that so many times, and it resonates with me, and it means something to me. So What I wrote about the quote is, the day I came into physical existence, I believe, this is my personal belief, was the day my soul manifested complete alignment and became in agreement with my desire to be here, to serve in the earth. So everybody has a soul, and I believe everybody really knows what they came here to do. It's kind of beat out of us because people tell us you can't do that or you shouldn't do that, or you get here and all kinds of things just start happening in your life and you lose sight of that thing. But I think we know when we come here. So the day that my soul became in complete alignment, I came into this physical being, and my purpose is to serve in the earth. So the day I recognized and accepted my gift of communication and connection, it provided the path, the way that I get to choose to be every day. So understanding that my gift, my purpose is communication and connection, it informs conversations that I have. It informs the way that I interact with people. It informs how I move throughout life. And so every day I'm reminding in some form or fashion, even if it's not me being intentional, so, oh, I have a coaching session today, I have a workshop to do today, no, there's always opportunity, because I don't believe that there are any coincidences in life. I believe everybody shows up in your life or you show up in their life. Every interaction means something. So I take that seriously. Any conversation that seems like a random conversation, I don't believe they are. We learn something from all of them, whether it's in that moment or it processes later. So I take that very seriously. So those were two very important days. The day that my soul said, okay, time to go. Let's hit it. Let's get on down to earth. And then once I got here, understanding, once I accepted, because I knew what my calling was for a long time, I just ran away from it. I just ran away from it for a long time. So the day that I accepted it and stood in it was the day that everything kind of opened up for me. And
That's awesome.
yeah, thank you. And my question was, what impact do you want to have in the world? What footprints will your legacy leave for others to follow? Now that seems like a very esoteric, just kind of question, but I don't think people really think about why I am here. Who am I supposed to touch? What is my whole purpose? And I think if we start thinking like that, we will start taking more stock in the things that we do, more stock in the things that we engage in, because we will be very intentional about how we want to be remembered, how we want it to impact the earth. So to answer that question is, I want to have a global imprint that leads people to awareness. So I call myself the awareness strategist because I want people to be aware of who they are and how they are, because I think that makes you make different decisions. I think that makes you think about how you engage others, more responsible and accountable for who you are.
Wait a minute. Did you say responsible and accountable?
I did say that.
Don't be stealing my words. My words. On that question, I'm okay. Too. Okay, I see what you're trying to do.
My bad. So I want to have a global imprint that leads to people to awareness. My legacy will be that of transformation. I want it to be said that I help to transform lives by helping people see themselves and free themselves, breaking generational curses, dismantling limiting beliefs, breaking down barriers to live the highest expression of who they are without fear. So that's what I want my legacy to be. I want people to remember me and know that I've impacted them in some way, and know that something I did or said gave them permission to free themselves from something that had been holding them back. I want my words, my interactions to serve as seeds that later germinate in people. So yeah. So that's my quote and question.
Well, I don't want to come behind that. I don't do it. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna
You
have
got
to.
it.
Okay, so I'm gonna steal your quote. You know what you just said, the most important days in your life is the day
Okay.
you're born and the day you find out why. So I didn't go at so LaDawn, if y'all don't know, she has just such a great way with words. I'm just not that special. But I would add to that, it was the day I found purpose. But my second one was the day I recognized I was not in control.
Ooh.
And when you get to a point when you say, okay, Jesus, you got all of this. I surrender myself to you and you really mean it.
Okay.
That is such a freedom. And I put down control and freedom here. That's such a freedom that I can't describe. It's
Yeah.
indescribable. I
Yeah.
don't have any LaDon Elliott words for
I
that
can't.
moment. I don't have any $20
Okay.
words that's that big for that moment. That's
Okay.
all I wanted to add for that quote.
That, but you said something so powerful because I talked about that a lot. Control will
Mhm.
keep you trapped.
Yes,
It will keep you
bound.
trapped. Yeah.
That's right.
When I figured out that I didn't have to control my every move, I didn't have to control everybody else's every move, the
Right.
freedom that came, it was scary to let go of that control because you think you really are control when you really are not. But
Right.
when I let that go, the level of pressure that was released, the freedom in not
Hmm.
having to worry about everything and everybody all the
Right.
time, trying to make it right, trying to make it perfect. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I don't have
Yeah.
I was trying to find a LaDon word and I'm just not that bright. I'm
Baby,
just
you said it, freedom.
it's
Relinquishing that control gives you a level of
relinquishing.
freedom that you can't really describe. Yeah.
Right. And the
Yeah.
the question I wanted to share, much like yours, LaDon, is the impact that you want to make, in the world and your legacy. And I wrote I thought about this in two different ways. I looked at this in a physical and spiritual realm. As in the physical realm, I thought about what probably most people think about, and that is ensuring that I wanted to set up future generations for financial freedom. In
Okay.
my mind, that's in the physical, something I can say, oh, I did that. That's a check mark in my mind. But from a spiritual standpoint, I thought about the importance of instilling some key principles in everyone that I meet. So,
Okay.
LaDon, you
My
stole
bad.
two of my four key principles. Okay. So, personal responsibility, personal accountability, critical reasoning, and confidence. I
Okay.
believe that everything can be attained through the purpose of these four things on a personal level. By using these four principles, I believe that a vast majority of individuals will stop blaming others or the system for the lack that they're experiencing in their lives. These rules are control mechanisms, and they put us in a place. They control mechanisms that we put in place for ourselves when we believe that someone else should be accountable or responsible for us. I hope that everyone that has been touched by me, has listened to me, or has watched me in my journey or my walk understand that I'm a firm believer in these four principles. And I believe that these four principles can help me and others realize and leave the legacy that they want in the physical realm by as executing those spiritual principles.
Oh. Oh. Okay. So are
What
you trying to pass the what you call that internet plate around for
I'm
this
just
service tonight? Okay. Oh wow.
I don't appreciate you taking my
I
answer.
didn't
That's
use
all I'm
them like
saying.
you use them. I didn't use them like you use. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. It's a
Yep.
wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't even have anything to add or say to that. So thank you, Betty, for joining. I see that you joined us. And Verna asked a question. Most
Okay.
people are still searching and
Yeah.
seeking who they are. How
Mm.
do you find out your purpose? You want to tackle that one first and then I'll
I
chime in?
I'm just gonna tackle it from my 2 cent. I think I found purpose in one way and then confirmed it another way.
Okay.
So I found purpose in kind of where I was super comfortable, where what I did didn't exert effort, negative effort against me personally, in my heart, my spirit. People talk about, oh, when you do you find a job that you would do for free, you may have found a perfect job. So finding my purpose was kind of like that. And I'm being honest, I started asking people,
Yeah.
hey, what am I good at? What about me is something that you may not see in another person? I started just kind of asking around with people who I knew would be honest with me. And then when those two matched up, I was like, great. But the catastrophe that happened
Huh?
was when every time I went against my purpose, other things blew up in life. So jobs didn't work out. Some relationships didn't work out. Other things were just blowing up all over the place because I was out of alignment.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'm gonna stay in alignment. I'm gonna stay in the lane of my passion assassin is really getting people excited and hyped and actionable about doing better. And when I did that, like the peace that came over me is just is immeasurable.
Yeah.
And when I
Yeah.
say, it started getting to a place where God was making me uncomfortable where I was because I was not moving in my purpose. And I mean, I'm the nicest person. I think I think I'm super nice,
You
but
are.
I couldn't bend enough to make the situation good for me. It
Yeah.
just wasn't happening.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I'm gonna say a lot of the same things you said. Like I said, I've known what my gift was for a long time. And because people would say things to me, right? And I think a lot of us just discount our gifts because there are things that we are naturally good at. It's just a
Hmm.
part of who we are, and we don't see it as anything special. So we don't
Right.
necessarily when people look at purpose and gifts, they think about, writers who have this amazing ability to write, singers who have this amazing ability to sing. Every gift is not that type of gift,
Right.
right? We all come here with something different, and I did exactly what you did. I just, because people kept saying things to me, people that I trusted, I just sent out a text one day. Hey, tell me what you think I'm really, really good at, that I do effortlessly, that, when I do it, people pay attention. I forgot exactly how I worded it, but I sent this out to several different people. And this was family, friends, colleagues, people that I felt comfortable with. And the answer came back the same. Not one person said anything different. It was my ability to communicate and connect with people. And I'd known that. So it just confirmed what I had already known. And much like you, I noticed
Mhm.
that every time I leaned into that and did something with that, I don't care what it was, it multiplied 100 times quickly.
Yep.
But as soon as I stopped doing that or start doing something else, I don't think things necessarily crumble, but I noticed the difficulty the difference
Yeah.
at which it took something to happen versus when I was working in my gift. So I took notice. I literally took notice, like, oh, okay, so I got to figure out how I work in this gift. Like, how do I do it? How am I able to serve?
And
Um, in a great way. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think also I was at a point in my life where I was open to receive the
Yeah,
message.
you have to be.
Um, when you're not, like I said, when you're good at things, but you're not in your purpose,
Right.
it still didn't feel right. It still weighs on your body. It still tires you out. It's still all of these, what I'm gonna call negative emotions,
Yeah.
and it takes a toll on you still. So
Yeah.
you're still like, well, I'm good at this. Why is it? And it's working out, and everybody who's a benefactor of what I'm doing loves it. But when you're not, if it's not 100% alignment, it
Yeah.
just It's a
Yeah,
different feeling. It's such
and
a different feeling.
and I can attest to that because before I accepted it, it was feeling that way. It feels quite burdensome. It feels heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think another way, is it just won't leave you, either one or two ways. You keep thinking about it. It's there. It's just like nagging, or source or God continue to present opportunities for you to use it all the
Yeah.
time. Every time you turn around, and it might not be in the same way that is presented, but the gift
That's
is
right.
still used the same. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that's how you find out if you pay attention. I say all the time, if we really take the time to look back, there are so many dots that connect that we just don't pay attention to in our everyday life, but there's so many dots that connect. Hindsight 2020 and intentionally looking back at it, you can see it. You can see it. It's just like
Yeah.
one of those little books you buy and the dots are there and you connect all of them, you get the picture, you see it. So
Yep.
yeah,
And
that's
I,
my
and I
answer. That's my thoughts on how you find out what your purpose is.
and I know we were talking about timing being everything.
Mm-hmm.
We got Reimagine Potential LLC. You see is on both me and LaDon's Zoom here, but this this was thought of back in 2009, 2010.
And so it might have been
Like we
sooner than
just
that,
got to
maybe.
it like yesterday. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
so we have been wrestling with this just this purposeful union, this purposeful partnership for 12 years. Like for no reason.
Yeah. But we know it was a reason.
It was a
Life was
reason, yeah,
happening.
but
But we had to be aligned and ready
that's right.
to,
You got to be
yeah,
ready. You got to
yeah,
be ready.
yeah,
You got to be
yeah,
ready.
yeah. So yeah. So yeah, okay,
Awesome.
quotes and questions. So there are 4 quotes and questions again in each topic. We just happen
Yep.
to tonight choose the same quote and same question. So cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. Oh, we're doing good on time. So I'm gonna quickly
Yep.
read the other quotes and questions so you guys can just get an idea. And then we're gonna go into the closure letter and love letter.
Okay.
So again, I'll
And
read. The first quote was the one we both selected. The 2 most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why, by Mark Twain. The question was, what impact do you want to have in the world? What footprints will your legacy leave for others to follow? Oh, my pages are sticking together. Okay. The second quote is, your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle, as with all matters of the heart. You'll know when you find it. Steve Jobs. And the question to that one is, what are your passions, and do you consistently pursue them with intention? The third quote in question, the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. I love that. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. Pablo Picasso. And the question is, how do you serve others with your gift? And the last quote in question for this section is, the purpose of life is to contribute in some way to making things better. Robert F. Kennedy. How are you using your gifts to make a positive impact in both your local and world communities? So those are the quote and questions for topic 2, finding a sense of purpose and direction in life. Nicole, I might have jumped. Did you do your question?
I did.
Okay, okay.
I used the same question you
You
did.
did. Okay, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Girl, that age creeping up on you. You'll be remembering things. So each section again has a closure letter and love letter. Last night, Nicole did the closure letter
Yep.
for topic 1, and tonight I'm going to do the love letter that I've written to myself for this section.
Love letter,
My
love
love
letter,
letter.
la la
Yes.
la.
Yeah. So my love letter is, and as I told Nicole, I didn't get A's in penmanship, so I got a little scribble scrabble going on here. So if I look like I'm struggling to read my own handwriting, I don't know if you guys could. Yeah, it ain't nothing about it pretty. Yeah, and it seems to be getting worse the older I get. My pen just moves way faster than it's supposed to.
I
But
mean that
anywho,
mine's still good. That's what that means.
okay, we'll take that. We'll take
That
that.
mine's still good.
So my love letter goes like this. So, dear LaDawn, you know who, why, where, and what you are. You know why you chose to come forth to live this experience. You have chosen to commit to living your legacy every day in every interaction you have. Transformation knows no size, has no limitations, and is ever evolving. Upon awakening each day, you promise to remain rooted and grounded in your purpose of communication and connection. Feel the power and creativity of working in your purpose. Know that you have the ability to permeate every space you enter with light, love, kindness, and peace. Knowing that your mere presence is transformative. Every day, you will lead with love and live in love by offering the best of who you are to those you encounter. You will speak truth. Your words are inspirational, motivational, supportive, and your words are empowering. They are seeds that are planted in the hearts and minds of those you were sent here to touch. You see the light and potential in others. You know you are built for this. Every day, I choose to honor me and my gift of communication and connection. My legacy will be the indelible spark, the footprint I leave behind in the transformed hearts that I've touched. So that's my love letter to myself for that particular topic. So yeah. So again, this chapter, unlike some of the others, were not difficult for me because I've been working in my purpose and my passion for a minute now. And I finally become comfortable with them and I've accepted them. And I know that the more I work to serve others, the more fulfilling life feels and just the better life gets, it feels, you know, it's a lot less resistance.
Right.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, this is one of the few topics up in this journal that wasn't that didn't have me like, oh,
They
in the
didn't have
corner.
me like, right. I'm over here
Rocking. Yeah.
crying, everything. I know
Yeah.
we're waiting on LaDawn. I was texting with Megan. We're waiting on her to join us. I think she
Okay.
needs a moment. Let me
Okay.
see what's her ETA. Do we
Okay.
have any questions from the
No, I was just
audience?
gonna go check. Okay, thank you,
Yep.
Lavette, for joining us this evening. Again, let me go back and say hello to Verna, Jackie, Ron, Fajika, Terry, Dot, Felicia, um, Betty, and now Lavette. So Lavette, thank you for joining us tonight. We are in day 2
Mm-hmm.
of our 12-day live stream Facebook series of Conquering the Inner Storm. This is the journal that we've released, our first journal. And so what we wanted to do during this 12 days is just share with everyone watching how to use the journal, guide them through the process of journaling by sharing our own personal accounts with each topic. There are 12 lifestyle topics and they build on one another, but you don't have to follow them in order. But we just wanted to be very transparent and open and honest about what's come up, what's come out as we were working through the journal. And we're hoping that this inspires others to get the journal, not because we just want you to buy the journal, but because we put this together out of love, and we put this together based on knowing that there's a need based on the work we do, the people who we encounter. Everybody out here is struggling with some level of trauma. We're all
Yep.
walking around in need of healing. So this was our way of putting our gifts together in book form for everyone to be able to have access to do this HEART, this heart work, which can
Right.
sometimes be very HARD, hard to
Mm-hmm.
do, because it requires you to be honest if you plan to really get anything out of it, right? if you plan to be different at the end of the journey. And we said that it's not restrictive, meaning you can move any way that you want to. Start with chapter 1, start with chapter 12, start in the middle of chapter 6. It doesn't matter. Whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever topic resonates with you the most and it gets you going, that's where you start. It's not restrictive, it's not prescriptive, and you must identify time to really allocate to doing the work when you decide. You don't do this on your break, 15 minutes. You don't do this while the kids are at the table doing homework and they're asking you for help
Right.
at the same time. You don't do it while you're trying to watch your favorite TV show. No, you need time to do it, because if you really get into it, it will, and we intended for it to crack you open. And you will need some time to resonate with some of the topics. And the young lady, Lindsay, that was on yesterday, our special guest, she shared how emotional the process has been, but how cathartic it has been for her and how valuable it has been for her. So that's what this is about.
Yeah.
Us walking you through it. And again, just being honest. Listening to it is not actually you obviously doing the work, but giving you some guidance on how to journal, because everybody's not a journaler, right? And a lot of people are afraid to put stuff down because then you got to look at it.
Mm.
You got to deal with it.
That's right.
You got
That's
to
right.
feel it. And the goal of this is when stuff comes up is for you to sit in it and feel it and get it out, because a lot of us have done a phenomenal job at tucking it deep down in the crevices of our souls and not being aware that it leaks out like a slow leak in a tire every day. And it informs your interactions every day, whether you are aware of it or not. So
Right.
yeah.
So
So
I just got a text from Megan. Our special guest won't be able to join. She's actually she's doing scholarship interviews for AKA I don't know if they're debutantes.
yeah,
I don't know
it's that
the
time of the
whole
year.
world. Yeah. So she's on the scholarship committee, and so she said a couple of their interviews ran long. So she'll join us at a later date.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So we won't get the benefit of hearing so one of the things we wanted to do, because we're the authors, and of course we're going to say all great things about the journal, because who doesn't, right? But we wanted to have people that have actually worked in the journal share their experience with you all, so you all would know that it's not just us tooting our own horns, but really getting additional insight as to how other people have used the journal. So Nicole made a good point yesterday on topic 1 in the paragraph. It's the same paragraph. Everybody that purchases this journal and reads each paragraph for each topic are going to read the same words. But the goal is to pick out the one word that resonates with you. I picked out a different set of words. Nicole picked out a different set of words. And our guest last night, Lindsay, picked out 3 separate words. And that's the beauty of it, because you're going to come to it with your life experience. You're going to come to it with whatever you're going through now. You're going to come to it however you come to it, and different things are going to resonate with you. The other thing I was going to say, hey, Armisha, thank you for tuning in. The other thing I was going to say is the beauty of this journal is like the beauty of most books. This is not finite. It's not math. 2 + 2 is just not for you. You can read it and come up with whatever you come up with. And the way that you work through it can be however you deem important and necessary. So we have some people that really love this experience and value this experience because they get to use it like their personal diary. They get to put down any and everything that comes up, and they can be real honest because nobody else is going to read it. They can say whatever they need to say in writing and know that no one else is going to read it, right? So that's a value to them. But then some other people have decided to do it in groups.
Recording in progress.
We're getting some
Yeah, I got
feedback.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
So
me. That was me. I'm sorry.
some other people have decided to do it in groups, and they've identified other people that are where they are, that are on a healing journey, that want to take these steps together, and that they trust each other, and that they can be open and honest and vulnerable with the people in their group. So they work through each of the topics and each of the activities independently, but then they come together as a group to discuss them. And some of these topics are heavy as heck, and to be able to have someone that you can share them with, that can provide insight from you from their experience, has been extremely helpful to some. So again, and it's not for any specific age group, again, because we're all walking around with some kind of trauma. That's if you're human, you're walking around with some type of trauma. So it is for those individuals, uh, male, female. You can do it by yourself. You can do it in groups. It can be teenagers. It can be people in their 20s, all the way up to the 80s. It does not matter. If you're breathing, it's for you, if you are courageous enough to take the next step to do it. So that's what we've been doing for yesterday and today. So we will come tomorrow with chapter, or I keep saying chapter, but they're actually topics, topic 3. And tomorrow's topic is maintaining physical and mental health. Now that's a big one, because we all have struggled at some point in time with maintaining our physical health, whether it is exercising, whether it is deciding to eat the right things, whether it is deciding to do what we need to do to I'm gonna say what originally came to mind. Sometimes we have to be selfish in this life. So that means sometimes we have to pull back from these jobs that are taking so much of our souls away. Sometimes we have to pull back from family members that are just clawing at you and draining you. Sometimes you have to pull away from some friend groups or social settings that you know that are not healthy for you. And all of those things can take a toll on your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. So trying to figure that out, balance it out, and maintain it is big for a lot of people. It's not just, oh, okay, well, New Year's resolution, I want to lose 20 pounds. Let me figure out how to do. No, no, no. So we're going very deep to understand how people are able to do that, and what got them to the point of knowing that they needed to get better control of their physical, mental, and emotional health.
Right.
Was it something that broke? Or was it just I woke up one day and realized I wanted to do something different. I needed to feel different. I needed to show up for myself differently. So that's what we will be discussing for tomorrow's lifestyle topic. And we will have a special guest tomorrow, and I'm excited to hear what she's going to say. And she was perfect for this particular topic. Hey, Angela, thanks for joining. She's perfect for this particular topic because she has committed to maintaining physical and mental health for herself. And I can't wait to hear how she's approached this topic in the journal and what she will share with us on tomorrow. Okay, so I went on and on for about a good 500,000 minutes. So, okay, Nicole, is there anything
Yeah.
else as it relates to today's topic, yesterday's topic, tomorrow's topic, or anything else that you want to share?
As I'm driving in the dark now, nothing else that I would like to share. I would just like to say to anyone who's listening, please, 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 if you do nothing else in your life, find your purpose and start living your purpose out the way God intended for that to be for you. Whatever that is, whatever that purpose is, people may call you crazy. People may think whatever they're going to think. Everyone's not going to be supportive of your purpose. But as long as you know and you're doing what you're supposed to do, that's all that matters.
I can't agree with that statement more. And I think Lindsay alluded to that last night. When you have something in your heart that you know that you're supposed to be doing or you desire to do, sometimes you have to be very selective with who you share that with. Because again, some people will try to talk you out of doing those things maliciously.
Yeah.
Some people will try to talk you out of those things because they are fearful. They believe that you might not be able to accomplish it, and they don't want to see you fail. So they are really coming from a place of concern. But even coming from a place of concern, that can dampen your spirit, that can dampen them, your light. So you have to be very careful about sharing those things. And stepping into your purpose does not have a expiration. Some people come here, and I meant to say that this chapter was interesting to me because I've always been jealous of people who I was until I accepted my purpose and started moving in it. But people who knew. So you get, like entertainers, like, I knew I was supposed to sing since I was 5. I've been acting since I was 3. My brother in particular, he's known that he's wanted to be a fireman probably since he started talking. Like, he's always known. And that's something he's been focused on all of his life. And once he got the opportunity to get in that field, he's done exceptionally well. So I just admire people who've always known and they don't let anybody shake them. So you need to have that type of commitment to it once you come to it, understanding what your purpose is and understanding how you can use it. That's what we're here for. You're supposed to find out what your gift is, and then you're supposed to go about giving it away in the best way that you can in service to others. So as I was saying, coming into your gift and using your gift, your purpose, your passion doesn't have an expiration date. You can start when you're 2 or 222. Does not matter. It absolutely does not matter. So when you know, and when the alignment is there, then you move. Then you move, and you move with intention, and you move with passion, and just watch how differently life unfolds for you. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I have this afternoon. And I see that Nicole, I think she's kind of blinked out there. So,
Yeah,
you still
I'm
there?
here. I
Okay.
just turned out my lights in my car for fear of police officers in Athens,
Oh,
Georgia.
gotcha. Okay, well, with that, I don't have anything else to say. Do you have anything else, Nicole?
Nope, I'm excited about day 3.
Okay.
Woo woo.
So we will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be back on my LaDawn Elliott Facebook page. And tomorrow's topic again is maintaining physical and mental health. And again, the goal is not for us to work through the journal for you, but to show you how you can use the journal by things that we say and sharing, for you to kind of move in that vein or use the information as you see fit to move through the journal. So thank you all again for joining us on this evening. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And again, go back and watch yesterday's video. If you didn't catch all of today's live, go back and watch all of it and share it with anybody that you think may benefit from it. Like and comment. We will
Thanks,
certainly
everybody.
appreciate that. And we
Yeah.
appreciate you guys. We will see you on tomorrow.
Yes,
Have a good
yes,
evening.
yes.
Bye.
Good night.